Hello, I'm Steve. This is the Patio Heat channel where we provide a visual concept of infrared heating as well as ideas for patio comfort. Check out our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Please tap that like button if you find this video useful, as it helps others find our channel. Now let's get heating. Alright, so here we have this residential application, and basically I'll go into the dimensions here in just a second, but we do have a fan. We have some overhead lighting, recessed lighting, and then also a door. The door swings inward, so we're not concerned about that. And basically we're just going to heat up this 8-seat table. There is a desire to have a child table on the side, I believe. So we want to make sure we are heating up as much as we can possibly do. Let's go ahead and look at the overall dimensions. So overall dimensions, I have this inside dimension here. Actually, I got it a little bit off here, but 16.5 by 14.5, and then an overall height. Where is that at? Let's see. I'll have to stick that in here. So I have a height here from this post to the support beam at 8 feet, and then from the ceiling or top of the support beam to the bottom of the slab is 9 feet. So a 9-foot ceiling. Now, I wasn't sure what the actual dimension of the lights were going to be, so I have them at 8 foot center to center. So it's 8 foot this direction, 8 foot this direction. So it's basically an 8 foot square. I would probably want to change that depending on what type of heaters we use, but I'll show you that in a minute. I'm also not sure about the fan, but I just displayed a fan with aluminum blades, and it's kind of a smaller fan. I think it's a 4-foot diameter fan. The reason I did the aluminum blades is because, first of all, this particular client had made a request that I make a request on what type of fan to use, and I don't do that. But if you could use a smaller fan and make it aluminum blades, then the clearance issue drops down quite a bit. So we'll talk about that here in a minute. Let's see if there's anything else that we want to talk about. I think that's about it. So all right, let me go ahead and turn off these dimensions, and there's two different options that I'm going to show, and let me actually just get rid of these two dimensions here as well, just for all right. Okay, so there's two different options. First of all would be using two 6,000 watt units, and essentially, let me put that dimension back on. I believe I have them at 7-foot centers, and the reason behind that was I wanted to heat up the center of the patio as much as possible. Now you can see that this is our clearance to combustible material. And around the bottom end of the heaters are mounted to the ceiling using the OEM brackets, so that's a 6-inch clearance above the heater and all the way around the top end of the heater. But the 18 inches off the ends and 36 straight down would be the clearance around the bottom end of the heater. So that would be, right below the heater surface itself. Now with the aluminum fan blades, we can be in that combustible zone because aluminum blades are not combustible. So that's why I chose a smaller fan as well as aluminum blades. Other than that, let's go ahead and just look at the footprint of heat. Now you can see with the footprint of heat, we're able to heat the table, and I do have these centered within this span here as well. But we are able to heat up the entire table fine, but we're just not able to capture this outer edge here as much as I would like to in order to heat up the whole entire space. Also, the space pretty much ends here. I just have this brick laid out a little bit different than possibly what the actual layout is, but we're just going to call this the end of the patio itself. So that's your footprint of heat. We've got good heat coverage in here, and if you just wanted the 2 units, you could possibly just move the table back on different occasions and then move this table in a little bit more for heat to allow for that child's table there. So All right, so that's option 1, 2 of the 6,000 watt units. And also, this is in Southern California, and at that elevation of installation height, you would definitely want to use at least a duplex switch, and preferably a control system which allows you to dim the heaters from 1% on to 100% on. So just bear that in mind. I wouldn't just use an on-off switch on a heater at this elevation. All right, so the next option would be to take 4 of the CD 4024, so this is 4,000 watt 240 volts, and these are dual elements as well, and place them so that we're 18 inches off of this edge here, and then making sure that we're 18 inches off of this edge here. And other than that, I do have them at 8 foot 6 inches, and you can see that that becomes an issue with the lights up here. I try to push them out as far as possible. However, it's just not, I can't move them in closer and make it, it would be overheating this center part here. So that's kind of why I have them set up the way I have it set up. But in any case, you can see here we have the entire space evenly heated, and it even throws heat out to, you know, this outer area over here as well as the wall. But this would be the most ideal amount of heat for a patio like this, and every square inch would be heated, but of course we are throwing heat further than we need to. So again, you just want to make sure that you know, you use a control system on something like this, and or just a duplex, individual duplex for each heater, because that would be awfully hot for say a greater period of the time in the winter months, as well as I think they want to use this in the summer months as well. So control system would be the ideal way to go. All right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application, you'd like us to review your plans, please send your information into designs@patioheat.com. I'm Steve again. Please tap that like button. We're not monetized. We don't advertise. YouTube does not promote our channel unless we receive your thumbs up, and we thank you so much for doing that. Have an excellent day.